Everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about a very cheap wireless microphone system. So a company called Fifine sent me this wireless microphone system for free, and in exchange for a review, and I really appreciate that because I love getting free stuff, right? Who doesn't? But you know, this microphone system was actually on my Amazon wish list for a long time, but this is another product I never bought because I was worried about the quality of it, because it was so cheap. You know, this system with a lav mic is $28, and the one they sent me was comes with a headset, you know, for like $35. And you know, I just recommend getting the one with the lav mic, you know, unless you need a headset for some reason, and get the $28 system. And basically it just comes with the transmitter, receiver, and a lav mic. It's a simple UHF wireless microphone system, and I've been using this system, believe it or not, for the last 2 or 3 vlogs that I've been recording for you guys when I go out on my photo walks, because I wanted to see how it was in real life, like if I were to actually use this in my workflow. And it turned out to work out really, really well. In fact, I'm using it right now. And I'm here in my backyard, which is probably the worst place ever, the noisiest place ever to do you know, videos and vlogs, because my neighbor next door, he's always either mowing the lawn or he's got his weed whacker out. Today he was pumping up his tires with some kind of air pump. Oh, God. And then my neighbor over here, he does construction, so he's got like this saw that's constantly, he's cutting pipes or wood, I don't know. Never mind the highway right behind this tree line and the Air Force base just about a mile down, where there's helicopters and planes, so there's a lot of ambient noise. So this is one of the things that impressed me about this microphone was, and there's a good breeze too today, was that it really rejected a lot of ambient noise, because the output level of the mic is very, very high. So I'm going to just stay quiet for a second so you can hear what it sounds like, and then we'll compare it to the camera's internal mics. So that's the wireless microphone. Now this is the camera's internal mics. See, it's a huge difference, right? You can hear all of the ambient noise on the camera's mics, but on this wireless microphone system, most of that is cut out. Now, when I did those vlogs, and I'll put links up below to the vlogs that I did using this microphone system, and I didn't tell you guys I was using this system, right? I just wanted to use it without being distracted with, you know, talking about it. So I just went out and used it, and it works really well. That's one of the things that impressed me. Now, let me give you a few of the pros, and then we'll talk about some of the cons. Okay, now the pros are, this system is very, very small. Okay, it's relatively compact. So this is my vlogging setup right here. This is the transmitter that I've just velcroed to the back, and this is how I've been vlogging the last few times I went out. And you know, I just hold this up like this, and it doesn't add any weight to the system at all. And as you can see, it's not very big, right? It just fits right on the back of my camera, and then when it's facing this way, you guys can't even see it. That's one of the pros. It's very lightweight and relatively compact. And the other, and the transmitter is pretty much the same. Let me see if I can do this. Now, you might get a little noise now because I'm reaching in. But here's the transmitter, okay, and I'll talk about this. It's got a little display that shows you the frequency that it's on, and there's a battery meter. So let me put this back in, and there's a little antenna, and this is a micro XLR jack for the microphone. And then this uses just standard AA batteries in here, and then AAA batteries in the transmitter. And that's a big pro, just using standard batteries. And then this is the mic, the lav mic. And I just like I always do, I just tuck it right under this zipper right here. And that's all there is to it. And then I just walked around and I vlogged like this when I was doing my vlogs. So like I said, I'll put links up to those videos so you can just, you know, see me using it in real life in different scenarios, like I'm at the park where it's relatively quiet, or I'm out in the city, you know, where there's a lot of road noise and all kinds of other noise and airplanes going on. But that's what impressed me, was it did reject a lot of the ambient sound around. All right, some of the other pros is the audio quality. I mean, nobody said anything about my last few videos that I was using this microphone system that the audio quality really stunk. I mean, you know, as photographers, we don't really care about audio as much, I understand, but I was pretty impressed with the audio quality. Now, it's not quite as good as my other wireless mic system that I've used in previous videos. This one is a little bit more hollow, you know. It's a little bit hard to describe, but nothing that isn't easily fixed in post-processing. But I really haven't done any of that. Those last couple of vlogs, you're hearing the audio pretty much straight out of the camera through this microphone system. The only thing I did was add a little bit of noise reduction, because there's a tiny amount of hiss in any wireless microphone system that you have to do noise reduction, and it's a one-click thing in DaVinci Resolve. You just click noise reduction and it's all automatic. So there's no extra work with this microphone for me in terms of trying to get better sound out of it. Okay, so that's the other pro. The other pro is the range. Okay, it has a little antenna that sticks out, but I never stick that out because honestly, the first couple times I took this out, I dropped it. And that antenna got a little bit loose because, you know, it's just cheap, right? I mean, it's $28 microphone system. So I just leave the antenna all the way compressed in. I'll show it there. It's right here. It sticks out. It pulls out. So you can see like this. But I never extend it out. I guess if you have to go like 500 feet away, maybe you want to extend it. Or if you're in a more of a indoor environment where you're not, you know, carrying this thing around, it's just sitting on a table somewhere, yeah, go ahead and extend it. But for everyday vlogging, don't extend that antenna, because if you drop it, it'll break right off, trust me. But that being said, that's the other pro. I dropped this thing a couple of times where the battery cover flew off, the batteries went flying out all over the street, and I put everything back together and it works just fine. So I really like the overall size and build quality of the thing, especially at this price point. Now let's talk about some of the cons, okay? And that is, again, and I have to go right back to the build quality. At this price point, I can't complain, but yeah, it's not the same as my $300 microphone system that I normally use. But honestly, I'm going to be using this mic system for as long as I can, because I don't like taking out expensive gear when I'm vlogging. And the quality of this is really good. The other con is the battery life itself. I'm only getting about 2 hours on the transmitter with alkaline batteries. After about 2 hours, I noticed that the signal starts to drop and come in and out, and it's a pain. I have to turn this thing on and off. So every couple hours, just swap the batteries out with fresh batteries. And if you get the Amazon pre-charged AAA rechargeables and put those in here, you probably get 3 or 4 hours out of those, because they have a little more juice in them from what I understand. But I can't tell you firsthand. I can tell you that with the alkaline batteries that I bought at CVS, I got a couple hours out of them. And if you watch my last video, I had to make a little pit stop here and get some batteries. The microphone ran out. I was like talking for 10 minutes and no audio. Now the batteries in the receiver uses the 2 AA batteries, and that thing, I replaced after about 4 hours because it has a little battery indicator on it where it goes down 1 bar. So I just replaced those about, you know, after about 4 hours of use, I'd say, because I've replaced the batteries twice in this transmitter, and I've only replaced the receiver batteries once. But again, I wanted to use this in my real workflow just so I can give you guys an honest review on this. But let me just demonstrate the range real quick, and that's really it for cons. I mean, a couple of the problems I had when I first got it was it did drop a lot. And I just, you know, I was like, well, no wonder this thing's so cheap, right? But what I did was there's a reset on the system where you hold down the top button for 10 seconds, and then it'll start blinking or something. And then it resets the system back to factory defaults, and then everything connected fine. And ever since then, I haven't had any problems with it dropping. So if you get this microphone and you know you find it's dropping the audio a lot, try doing a factory reset by holding that button down for 10 seconds and see if that solves the problem. And for $28, if it doesn't solve the problem, you can send it back. You know, Amazon has a great return policy. So let me swap cameras here and show you guys the range, because I'm actually using this microphone transmitter right now. Okay, so I've swapped cameras here, and I had to go out for about an hour. As you can tell from the shadows here have changed quite a bit. But let's just do a quick range test on this and see how it sounds. Now, I've done this test many times, you know, at the park, out in the field, and now here in my backyard. And I have a pretty high level of confidence that this is not going to drop out. But I'm not going to edit out this video if it does drop out, because I want you guys to hear. Because right now I'm about 50 feet away, and I'm pretty sure the audio is still on and working just fine. Because, like I said, I've done this many times, and I've never had any problems, except when the batteries start to get weak in the transmitter. So always have fresh batteries, alkalines, like I said, for about 2 hours. Maybe you could push it to 3, but in the receiver, you know, 4 to 5 hours worth, I think, no problem. But that's pretty much it. I mean, for $28 to $35, this is an excellent little microphone system. So if you guys are thinking about, you know, vlogging and using an external mic, you know, give this one a try. I think you'll be pretty happy with it. This is going to be the system I'm going to be using from now on, because I hate taking out my $300 mic set when I go out vlogging. You know, just because, I don't know, I guess I'm a little paranoid. But if you know, if it's a $28 or $35 mic set, I'm not too worried about it. As always, I appreciate you guys watching and following me along on my little photo walks and my tutorials and stuff. You guys have been giving great feedback, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to have some photo walks planned where I'm using the Pen F and experimenting with some of the color profiles and adjusting the colors. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.